Hello everybody, it's Kourosh again, and today I'm going to demonstrate the third lab exercise of Game1007 at George Brown College game programming major. So, as you can remember in the first video, we had a game which was a 2D game and you could move the player in 4 directions. But right now I updated so many things on this game and I'm going to show you by all the details. As you can see, we have a player and I use prefab for the player. And in the prefab we have gun which is exactly connected to the player and it moves same as the player. Also the gun consists of two other assessments. It's called blaster and gun. The blaster is kinda I can say is a curious way to say a thing that you can shoot with it, but just I use it because I don't want to insult anyone. Anyhow, we have a new enemy. This guy is kind of new in our game. I hope he will be welcomed enough. And also, he has a gun, which doesn't use right now because we don't need to show it in this lab. Anyhow, as you can see, we have the pretty cool desert background, and we have something new, which is player bullet that you can shoot with it. All right, so the player bullet actually has some scripts. Alright, let me just start from the first script if I want to. Alright, the first script is the movement of the player, which is also connected to the movement of the gun. So if I want to show you the movement of the player, it's here, yeah. As you can see, again, I use all of them for public because I want a player to see what they are pressing. And the speed is 5 and it's kind of float. And here I use if statement 4 times. But the difference between these if statements and the other one is that I use input vector.y for down and up pressed and input vector.x for left and right pressed. So this is the whole movement of the player and the gun. And the gun inside of it has a new script called shooting. What's the shooting? I'm going to show you right now. The shooting itself is a code that will execute and will let us know when we can start shooting again and what's the fire rate of the gun. As you know, in all the shooting games you have a fire rate and also shot timer which between those bullets that you're firing. But right now I put them in initial 0, and in the whole code it will change. But the important thing is shot timer minus time delta time. It means every time that you are shooting, it will be decreased by amount of time that you just spent. All right. The other code for the enemy is enemy movement. The enemy movement is actually pretty funny because the enemy movement is kind of connected to the movements of player. And when a player goes too close to the enemy, he starts to chasing you, just like the real games. So if you go near to him and the distance between you is less than 5, he starts chasing you. But if you just try to run away from that guy or whatever, shoot him, he will stop doing that. Alright, the other code that we have is called projectile. Saying it is inserted inside the player bullet. And the projectile is not really complicated, but it has a range. I put the initial range at 1000 because I don't want to just destroy all the bullets. And here is the whole codes of my projectile. Alright, now I want to run this game and show you how everything goes. Alright, when I press D, he starts going to the right, and when I place space, he starts shooting. And as you can see in this place, the shooting is just becoming to near 0 because we have what's called a range. And when it becomes 0, everything will be stopped because we destroy the object. So that's total, I believe, and I want to just run it one more time because we have enough time, I believe. Alright, so it goes there and he starts shooting. You can shoot as much as you can until it reaches the range. Thanks for the watching. Have a good time.